Hello, everyone. Here is your weekly intuitive and astrology energy forecast for the week of October 13th through October 19th. I hope you are all doing well and taking really good care of yourselves. The energy has been intense, no doubt about it. We are all doing a massive purge, mind, body, spirit, a massive cleanse, a major cleanse of our energy. And this can definitely add to feelings of exhaustion and or overwhelm. But look at this as positivity, as we're clearing the outdated and allowing the new to come in. Collectively, of course, and especially personally. We are well into Libra season right now, the season of balance and diplomacy and harmony. At least that's what we strive for. We are out of eclipse season, but we are still settling into the intensity, the energies coming off of August and September especially. So be kind to yourself. Speaking of clearing and cleansing, the tagline for this week ahead: balance, fun, and faith combined. Pluto shifts and clears the mind. Yes, the planet Pluto is stationing direct this week. The Lord of the Underworld comes back up for air, giving us a fresh perspective, new direction. It will not happen quickly. This has been a process. It will continue to be so, but there should be glimmers of hope and light and possibility at the end of a potential struggle. Internal, external, or both. So 3 key words as we move throughout this week: balance, faith, and fun. Monday, October 13th, the moon is in the sign of Cancer, and we have this really nice grand air trine in the heavens, in the skies. Let me bring that down to earth for you and show you the chart real quick. Pardon the messiness of this chart. I have a lot of added bodies here for when I do interpretations. Okay, so you can see here that we've got Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius, retrograde, but stationary, getting ready to station direct. So very powerful, very profound, very deep, intense energies underneath the surface. They're very palpable though. Pluto here is in a trine to Uranus, also retrograde at 0 degrees of Gemini. And then Uranus in an exact trine to Venus, now in Libra. Venus also enters Libra this same day, Monday the 13th at 5:19 p.m. Eastern Time. A lot of the shifts this week, some of the biggest shifts this week are occurring on Monday. So Monday can feel kind of like a slog, a slosh, if that even makes sense, a slosh. It can feel kind of sloshy, kind of sluggish, like we're trudging through the mud. We're walking with a really heavy backpack. But think about that backpack as being an invisible backpack with bricks of karma, bricks of heartache, bricks of stress that we no longer need, and we're dropping those bricks from that backpack. That's the goal. So it might feel a little bit heavy as we start the week off, but it will begin to feel lighter. And this grand air trine will help. So also with Venus now in Libra, Venus rules Libra, so Venus loves to be in the sign of Libra. Venus loves love, Venus loves relationships, Venus loves Libra, and Venus loves nice things. And then we have this grand air trine of Pluto, Uranus, and Venus. This is innovative, this is sweet. This could be very good for financial planning as well. So if you've been wanting to look into some investments, potentially looking into digital currency, very strong this week. And we'll probably be hearing a lot on the world stage coming out in regards to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, etc. Right as Venus enters Libra, Venus instantly goes into an opposition with Neptune. So maybe hold off on the financials on Monday, but as we move into Tuesday and beyond, let it clear, because you may feel a little bit foggy as Venus enters Libra and goes right into opposition with Neptune, especially when it comes to your relationships, and especially when it comes to your relationship with others that could involve finances. Just give it a day, because Venus-Neptune in opposition can be a little bit of a deceptive aspect. It doesn't have to be, and it's not going to be long lasting, but it is here. So even though we have the positivity of this really nice grand air trine, we also have Venus in opposition to Neptune. So you know how it is. We've always got the real positive energies, and then we've got some other things in the background just to be mindful of. And then later on in the evening on Monday, Pluto stations direct at 10:52 p.m. Eastern Time. Pluto stations direct at 1 degree and 22 minutes of Aquarius. Now, as Pluto stations direct and as we transition into the colder months here in the Northern Hemisphere or the warmer months in the Southern Hemisphere, either way, we're transitioning into a different season. Pluto, the planet of profound and deep transformation and transition, is giving us the opportunity to come up for air. We've all been doing a lot of really deep psychological, spiritual work, soul work. And now it's time, as Pluto stations direct in Aquarius, the sign of community, it's a time to take that focus maybe onto what we want to do bigger picture, where we want to put our energy and focus on bigger picture, how we can benefit the greater good, how we can benefit and contribute positively to the collective. Community, that's Pluto in Aquarius. This is fabulous energy for collaborating with your neighbors, for example. Maybe volunteering part-time or looking into volunteering part-time, things of that nature. And it's a good way to score karmic brownie points. Most importantly, it's about truly letting go of what no longer serves us. Then on Tuesday, the moon will go void really early in the morning, Eastern time, around 1 o'clock a.m. Eastern, and will enter Leo early in the morning, 6:47 a.m. Eastern time. So depending on where you are in the world, you may have a 5 or 6 hour void period. Not a big deal, just letting you know. Venus will trine Uranus, which is very sweet, very cute, very innovative. We also have the trine to Pluto. I like Tuesday. I do. I think it's great for conversations within relationships. I think it's great for putting things on the table, laying out our emotions, laying things on the line. Of course, being conscious, as Venus is in Libra, of the others, of the other in the equation. This is also great for friends and social connections, networking, and you can definitely feel a little more focused on where you're going and who's coming with you, who's able to come with you. Wednesday the 15th, I have Wednesday through Friday flagged as lay low and chill, okay? Now, as much as you possibly can, right? So just where and when and how you can lay low and chill. And I say this because we're going to have the moon in Leo squaring both Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. This is Wednesday. This is bitey energy, okay? It's bitey, but it's also very firm and decisive. So if you need to make decisions, if you need to pull things forward, it can be very personally beneficial. It's also very strong stand your ground energy and dig your heels in. So for better or worse, it's strong, but it can also be very bitey. And it's going to feel stronger if you're very fixed, which is Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius. So just know that. If you are feeling a little heated up as we move throughout this week, that's why. Well, that's part of the reason why. Frustrations can definitely boil over if we don't check ourselves. We may feel like we want to snap at someone or someone may snap at us. Best use of the energy is just try to channel it into projects, into ventures. Use it wisely and all should be well. Positively speaking, that moon in Leo will harmonize with the sun in Libra before it goes void again. Try to take it easy and let yourself relax where you can. If you handle it that way, you can feel more comfortable about where you are in your life right now and what you're doing. Thursday the 16th, again, I have it flagged as edgy. I've got Wednesday through Friday flagged that way, but Thursday I have flagged as edgy. The moon will go void 1:06 a.m. Eastern time. It will essentially be void for most of Thursday. It will enter Virgo at 2:06 p.m. Eastern time. So it's void from 1:06 a.m. on Thursday the 16th until 2:06 p.m. on Thursday the 16th. And going from Leo to Virgo, it could just pull in a little bit of more of an anxious, edgy feeling to an already kind of somewhat anxious, edgy energy. So I just want you to be mindful of that. And you may not feel that way at all, which would be great. But if you do, just take a minute, take a breather, know that it's the energy. This too shall pass. It's not the best time to be bogged down with details. That's better for when the moon actually enters Virgo and is on track. And again, that will be 2:06 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Then it's time to tend to the details. Then it's time to get organized, even with our own thoughts. So if you feel a little scattered going Wednesday into Thursday, don't be surprised. And even stronger if you're Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, or Gemini. The moon enters Virgo and instantly it squares off with Uranus, which can absolutely activate the nervous system. It can also positively activate the dream space. We can get a lot of downloads Thursday into Friday. All week long, actually, as we have that grand air trine that's very active, but also really Thursday into Friday. Just again, be careful for that bitiness, that edginess, and that spikiness, especially when communicating and being around others. Friday, the 17th, spiky. I have Friday as much more reactive. I'm going to show you there's a T-square, a very tense configuration of planets, of these energies. We see the sun over here at 24 degrees of Libra, in an exact square to Jupiter here at 24 degrees of Cancer. Jupiter's in an exact square to Chiron here, 24 degrees of Aries, and Eris, the goddess of discord, at 25 degrees of Aries. And this Chiron-Eris alignment is opposing the sun here. That is our T-square. This is friction. This is heat. This is don't tell me what to do energy. Everybody wants to be the boss. Everyone wants to assert their power. Everyone wants to be heard. And it's important to remember we are in Libra season, the sign of diplomacy, the season of understanding and balance. So we want to also recognize that everybody does have the right to have their voice be heard. But we have to be very careful because wounds, personal, emotional wounds can feel a lot more inflamed under this type of energy, under these energies. Energy can also feel, yes, more reactive. So definitely be more conscious and careful when you're out there in the world, moving around, moving about your day, your days. However, personally speaking, your energy can feel lower, like you can take a dip on Friday, and you just might want to be lazy. You might want to just indulge and you just might want to chill out. I mean, go right ahead and do that. I think it's actually a really good idea and it's a really good use of this energy, which can be potentially volatile. We can also see this playing out by protesting across the globe, not just here in the US, hopefully peacefully, but yes, protesting. It can feel like a double-edged sword kind of day as we navigate between logic and our emotions, our deep emotions. We may think we've completely healed through something, and then Pluto stations direct and something else comes bubbling up from the underworld. And with this activated T-square here with the Sun and Chiron and Jupiter, it could just become exacerbated. So just know again that these are the energies and that this too shall pass. Give yourself space, grace, and compassion, like I always say. Just check in with self and try to keep your feelings in check. And try to avoid taking on too much as we move into the weekend. The moon in Virgo will then align with the south node in Virgo and will oppose the north node in Pisces. And again, this can just bring up reminders of what still hurts, what's still there, what we still need to look at, what we still need to work on or work through. And this can also be very positive. It doesn't have to be a negative energy or emotion at all. It could be something comes up and you stop and realize, wow, I thought that I healed that or healed from that or healed through that, but I realize there's another layer to the onion. Isn't there always? Reminders. But these reminders are set to help you to really and truly release the toxicity in your life, whether that's a relationship, whether that's ideas, whether that's habits, whether that's a job that's no longer serving you. Just a little bit of a reminder. And if you can't do it now, you'll be able to do it eventually. And that's been a big theme in readings the last 2-3 months. And I keep saying to everybody, it's like you're in a plane or you are the airplane and you're in a holding pattern. You're eventually going to land. It's just going to take some time. Other things have to take form. Divine timing is at work. Everything as we move into this final corner of the year feels so much more, I don't want to use the word intense, but it feels so much more like critical, crucial, fated even. Everything that we're doing has much more far-reaching implications energetically. We're setting ourselves up for our future. So pay attention to the reminders that come up, especially Wednesday on, especially on Friday. And then on Saturday, these reminders can become even stronger. So we can lament, we can reflect. The moon will harmonize with Jupiter, which is fleeting, but it can be very sweet, very cute, great for conversations, great for hanging out with friends, great for going on a date, whether that's romantic, platonic, etc. It's great for travel, doing something different, going to a coffee shop in another town, for example, trying new things. And then the moon will go void at 5:10 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Another good invitation to chill, relax, don't push. Have a nice dinner, wrap yourself up in your cozy blanket, turn on the feel-good movies, turn off the news. And then we get to Sunday. I really like Sunday, okay? I will tell you, to me, Saturday and Sunday, I just feel like as we move into next weekend, sure, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the momentum and the heat is building and it can trickle into Saturday a little bit. But as we move past that and we move into later Saturday and then we get into Sunday, I like Sunday. The 19th. I have Sunday flagged as the favorite of the week. I know you all like to know which day I think is best. I like Sunday personally. The moon enters Libra. We're in Libra season. That's really all that's going on. It's just kind of like, all right, let's chill. Let's relax. I keep using the word chill, but that's the word I think of when I think of this week and what we can do to really mitigate the intensity of the energies and also to keep our own emotions in check and at bay. And so if anyone comes at us, we're able to sort of, be in that space of understanding more about what's going on and how to harness that so that we don't snap and that we don't end up, ramping ourselves up. It's really important to check in with yourself when something irritates you, inflames you, and ask yourself, is this really worth it? Is this worth my energy? Is this worth my stress? Is this worth my cortisol surge? Really, is it? And if the answer to that is no, which 9 times out of 10 it will be, that's an invitation to pull back and recognize that there's something there still for you. There's another layer to that onion, and that it's okay. And that you can just relax in the knowledge that you're aware, the awareness of it, because that's half the battle. We bring something to the conscious forefront. Once we do that, we're able to move through it. We're able to move beyond it consciously and then handle things differently moving forward. It doesn't mean it doesn't irritate us anymore. It just means that we have restored our balance in some way and we understand ourselves a little bit more deeply. And that's what soul work, shadow work, that's what it's all about. So yes, all that to say, I really like Sunday. I think it's a great day to close out the week, an intense week with a lot of shifting taking place. Be kind to your body, drink your water, try and keep up with your sleep as best as you can. Try to get good sleep. I know that that's challenging right now. I've been going through it as well. Sleep. Consistent sleep, I should say. So just try and do the best you can. That's all we can do. And let me go ahead and get a tarot card for this week ahead. We're striving for balance this week. We're striving for balance. And if something heats us up, that's it. We're going inward. We're striving for that balance. Restoring. The Ace of Swords, clarity, fast and direct clarity. Things can come in quite quickly. You can receive information that helps to clear something up for you in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, where you understand something at a much different, deeper level. That is what this week is all about. There will likely be some form of a gift in the way of information that comes to you, and it might happen very subtly. It could happen in your dream space. It could happen by a book that you read that gives you an answer that you didn't even know you were searching for. It's a week of clarity. Also, the Ace of Swords is the element of air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, those are our air signs. We've got a nice grand air trine active this week. We are in Libra season. We've got Venus now in Libra. We've got Pluto in Aquarius. We've got Uranus in Gemini. So we've got our air element active here. And those two outer planets, Pluto and Uranus, that operate at a very subterranean level, at a very divine, under the surface level, they're in air signs as well. So the downloads could be very strong this week. So just be open, be present. That's all you have to do. And when you get that clarity, be thankful, be grateful. And that is our week ahead. Let's take it back to the tagline. Balance, fun, and faith combined. Pluto shifts and clears the mind. Ace of Swords. Have a wonderful week. Oh, and for those that might not have seen my last post, I am a collaborator with a company called Otter Spirit. They make gemstone jewelry. If you know me, you know I love my gemstones. They are very authentic. I've been working with them for almost a year, a little over a year now. And they asked me, I was honored, they asked me to be the curator of their October bracelet pack, which I did. And I have it linked. I'll have it linked here in the newsletter. I actually don't have mine yet because there was an issue with the shipping, but I should have it this week. And I can't wait to show it off because I designed it. It's bronzite, tree agate, and unakite. Very grounding, very protective. Check out the post below so you can get all the details. And if you'd like one, there's a discount there attached to it as well. As always, thank you all for your love and support. You all mean a lot to me. I have new things that I'm trying to roll out as fast as possible for you all by the time we get into the new year. You'll get the November forecast soon, and then I'm going to do the November readings for the members live again, the live stream. So I'll definitely let you know as soon as I have a date for that so that if you're around and available, you can join. Otherwise, the recording will be available as always. Take good care. Bye.